Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape Free Marketwatch. So this is our weekly series every Friday where we go through the Runescape Free price rises and price falls on the homepage Grand Exchange to sort of highlight any money making methods up in price, low in price, or investments for you to make for a little bit more profit in the game. As always, we start off with the updates, and in terms of the updates this week, it's the Mascot Combat Masteries, which will bring the achievements into a mascot and for people to push for a little bit more PVMing to hit their Grandmaster rank. And also some pretty big quality of life runecrafting updates, which dramatically change the skill. I didn't realise how big they were until I saw a couple of videos on it, but runecrafting has changed massively with the pretty much death of the demonic skull. However, let's see if those have made any difference to the RuneScape Free Grand Exchange for this week. As always, we're going to start through price rises, and anything in terms of cosmetics or tokens we generally just skip past because we don't really see that as a way to make GP in the game. So starting off, Grimy Highlander, 3.8k for that. We have Bloodweed Seeds up in price, 18.7, and a Polypore Spore now 8 GP. Ghostly Essence, a really good item to invest in my opinion when it's at a low point around 2 to 3k, now up to 7.4k each. As you can see, a very steady growth since the middle of August when it was sort of bottomed out at 2.9k. The 7.4k for that. It's an item which has a very limited entry into the game, so could quite easily be bought out. So whether that's just going to keep going up to a price, and then once it hits that price, it will be sold and crashed, we will cover over the next couple of weeks. And now to Adrenaline Crystals, 1.6k each. Springs, 2.5. Again, really good investment. Definitely an item which, when it drops for me to about 1.5k, I always generally invest into it because it will always go up because there will always be a demand. It will crash when promos push them into the game too much, and then it will recover over the next couple of weeks until the next time it's released, but it's timing it right normally with Springs to get some profit. We have the Manuscripts as a Wen, 302.8k, a Rune Dart, 71 GP each, Grimy Cannantine, 1.4k, and Medium Bladed Adamant Salvage at 7.6k each. We have Cowhide at 895, Miasma Runes at 526, and Spirit Runes at 56 GP each. These are up in price, which is very nice to see, but they have been absolutely decimated a bit. Definitely down in price. I think with Necromancy Runes going down, it's going to take a little while for them to be back to the price they used to be. When sort of like Necromancy Runes were in its hype, Miasma Runes were 1,000, over 1,000 coins, and it's going to take a little while for them to get back to that. We have Quorum Seeds, 632 GP each, Catalytic Anima Stones, 960, a 4th Rune Free Teleport, 3.2k each, and a Not Skipping Ticket, 937k. We have an Earth Orb, 155, an Arbok Seed at 69.8k, probably the most expensive seed now. Bloodwood Seeds were quite comfortably that for a while, but since they've gone down dramatically, Arbok Seeds seem to hold their price, and I think these mainly come in for the games from the Wrecked Matriarchs, so it's a nice way for that to bump up the GP per hour from the Matriarchs. Orichalcum Bar, 6.4k, yes it's still cheap, but this is the first time we've seen Orichalcum bars in price rises for a very long time. So one to keep an eye on. Again, Orichalcum bar smelting can make you huge profit as all bars can. It's just keep an eye on price and see what kind of prices they go to. And always check your margins for things like Orichalcum, Nechrite and Bainite, because sometimes they hit low volume and you can quite comfortably sell that for double the price if there is no real volume on the Grand Exchange. So we have the Scrimshaw Vampirism, 879k each. Still surprises me how cheap this is because it's so useful and such a benefit for especially mid-level training if you are looking to train melee. A Runic Katuna now at 70.7 mil. I imagine that due to the changes to the runecrafting skill, this might have a little bit of a run, but again, we'll see over the next couple of weeks. Bowstrings, 761k each. Ceramic Scales, 44. Chinchompa Residue, 134, and a Robust Memory is 1.1k. We have Flesh Runes and Bone Runes also up in price, 522 for a Flesh Rune and 363 for Bone. Magic Seed is 31.9k and a 4-dose Aggression Potion, 75.4k each. Ring of Wealth, 13.4, Iron Bar, 1940 each, and a Green Dragon Hide still on the climb. These were coming up last week. 598, still very cheap for a Green Dragon Hide, but definitely one to keep an eye on. We have Grimy Marrentills at 4.8k, Spiritweed Seeds at 5.4, Purple Sweets at 2.6, and Silver Bolts at 48 GP each. The Brown Dye is currently at 66 GP as well, and just remember soon we're going to have seasonal quests come back. And just remember what items you used for seasonal quests last year. It seems that they bring them back and repeat them. We're definitely going to get the Field of Screams back this year, so any items like dyes, biscuits, cookies, all those kind of items which we used last year, if you are looking to sort of invest for the future, buy them over time now at a lower price. Or if you're looking to make a little bit of money, start making them and hoarding them now, because on release, people will pay crazy high prices to complete these seasonal quests on the day of release. Greater Necroplasm is 323, Proprietary Seed 189, a Charge Bow is 2.8k each, and Zamorak Arrow is 127. Soft Clay 1.1k, nice big jump over the past couple of weeks, going back to what price it used to be. I think I'm a little bit let down by the Porcelain Clay. I thought it would have had a much bigger impact. I would have thought the earns would be a bigger price. But when we sort of go back to making main account videos, the 110 crafting stuff, I'm really going to delve in a little bit because crafting is such a good way to make GP. And I want to see where prices currently sit for that. Clean Torstol 4.4k each, a Spark Chitin 777, Portable Range 26.3k, and Eternal Magical Logs 2.5. Teak Planks 208, Maple Seeds 214, Ek Zek Kill is 1.4 bill. I do wonder how much of this going up is used to players using the weapon on leagues, liking it, and then buying it on the main game. Clean Lanternine 5.5k each, Portable Crafter 27.3, Black Dragon Hide 1.9k there, and an Air Rune at 38. Big Bones 252, Mithril Seeds 1.6k, Steel Arrowheads 42 GP each, and a Lychee Seed 268. Crystal Halberd 322.7k, Hydrix Bolt Tips still continue to go up. They are so expensive at the minute. And I don't know where Onyx sort of bolt tips currently are, but I don't think it's a very valid method at the minute to fletch for profits, which is such a sad thing because that was 7 Days Bond's main way to make some profits. But Extreme Ranging at 8.4k, still up in price for a 4-dose actually, that's a real good price. Rocktail 592, we have the Elder Seed 46.2, Large Plated Mithril Salvage 5.4, and Abyssal Wand 360. So in terms of this week, I think these are more like items getting back to where they need to be. So like things like clay, herbs. There's dragon hides as well, which were very cheap. Necromancy runes again went very, very cheap. And it just seems to be some items recovered in price more than anything. There's a few little things I would have looked at buying, but nothing really screams to me. Again, a couple of weeks ago, Ghosty Essence, Springs, some of the stuff which is already up in price, I would have said to go and buy that. But at the minute, just keep an eye out for a deal. Check prices on things like Orichalcum bars. Because they can definitely spike at times, but pretty good to see that some things have recovered. But let's go and have a look at the price fall, see if that's going to win for this week. So starting with Pure Essence, 71 GP each, a bronze bar going down an awful lot, 1.2k for a bronze bar, and I actually can't remember the last time I saw bronze bars so cheap. Speaking of cheap, Incandescent Energy 155. This is truly the impact of the memory dowser. Like, I do not remember like Incandescent Energy ever being this price. It was bad enough up here in the 200s, but 155 for your top tier energy is really bad. And especially energy, lower tier energy makes more profit. It's just whether people need it for like quest lines or other stuff, it just makes more money. So yeah, Divination's a very weird one at the minute, but Incandescent Energy is 155. Tusker's Wrath ability 5.8 mil. Still wait on this, give it time and it will get even cheaper. Potato Cactus 586, this was one we sort of thought may go a little bit higher last week, but it's gone down. Again, just watch it over the next couple of weeks. It might bounce, it might go higher, it might crash even more. We just need to keep an eye out and check that out. Powder of Penance 680, which is getting to a point it's almost a bit cheap. For me, Powder of Penance, when it's around 500k, that's when I would buy it and top it up because it does come in so useful for PvM situations. And especially with Golden Roses, Powder of Penance, it bounces up and down throughout the year. So always keep an eye on it. For me, 500k is when I would start looking at it. You can see here, at one point it was 1.3 mil. It's the lowest it's been in 6 months. I still think there's more for it to fall, but definitely want to keep an eye out. Cannonballs at 1.1k, again, very, very cheap. Cannonballs will always bounce up. There'll always be demand, but let's just see how low they go. Will they go sub 1k? If they do, I will stock up on the main account because I use cannon for slaying. But yeah, 1k cannonballs, very cheap, I will stock up. Starflower Seeds, 44.9k, not too bad. Congealed Blood, 1000 GP each, again, another secondary. Another one to keep an eye out on. Anti-Fire 4-dose, 11.6k. Now, I would look at the price for 3-dose. It might be cheaper for you to buy a 4-dose and then convert the potion into 3-dose. Then go and feed the Phoenix Feathers and then turn these into Super Anti-Fires. Free Herblore XP, and I'm pretty sure you'll make some money off it, but that's a nice quick money maker. Iron Ore 813, one is Zamorak 515. Bronze Arrowheads 18, and Ascension Shards down in price 1.5k each. Now, I think this is one of two things. I think they were heavily bought up in merch and they've slowly declined. I also think as well the price of Hydrix, you can't have the Ascension Bolt at that price with the Hydrix at that price either. So one had to fall, and it's the Ascension Shard, which I believe has been dropped off in terms of its buy. A Dragon Hatchet at 46.9k, Omniguard 268.4, Dust Rune 1.9k each, and a Steel Bar 1.9k as well. Masterwork Spear 180 mil, Water Rune 125, a Ripper Demon Scroll 4.3k, and Golden Dragon Fruit 1.8k each. Sparkling Energy 315, Ascension Keystone 88.3k. Again, I think maybe that's getting to a point where if you're looking to do the boss log, it could be a really nice pickup. Draconic Energy 353k, Robe of the First Necromancers coming down to about 140 mil each. Again, pretty cheap. For how effective they are, that is a pretty good price. Mud Runes 811 GP each. Compass Rose 3.6k, Air Orb 832, a Chaos Runes 146, and a Raw Shark is 379. Extra Fine Sand 13k each, Quam Incense Sticks down a little bit, 17.5k, that's quite cheap for them. Quam Incense Sticks can be a very good flip at times, but 17.5k is very cheap. Powerful Ghostly Ink 14.7, Teak Wood Spirit 762, Severin Godbow 670 mil, that is down, and a Dragon Rider Lance 26.5 mil. The Curse Ashes 482 GP each. We have Orgone at 7.7. Super Prayer Renewals 30.1. Van is one to keep an eye out. They do go very expensive at times. People will always buy these because it will save an invo space. Always worth keeping an eye out. Samite Silk 2.8k each. Ripper Binding Contracts 95.9k. A Grimy Ranar 1.7. Incomplete Hydrix 46.6. Magical Thread 718k. Dark Arrowheads 460. Elder Wood Spirit 9.4k, Willow Wood Spirit 7,000 coins, Grapes 6.8. Again, big sort of items here that the Wood Spirits, keep an eye out on log price. They generally sort of hint if they're going down, the logs are going down. But go and check those, you might actually make a bit more profit woodcutting if they are cheap. Grapes also a very good way to go and train your cooking, but again, a very big loss in terms of that as well. Gold Rune 2.9k, Arrow Shaft 29, Bombard 1.8, and a Raw Rocktail 1,000 coins. Eternal Magical Wood Spirits 11.3, Dagonoth Bones 7.3k each. That's getting to the point where they're getting viable for prayer XP because they are getting pretty cheap. Watermelons 1.1k, U Wood Spirit 52, we have Sweet Corn 66 GP each, and a Morcello Mushroom 8.7k. So price falls this week interests me more. There's some items here which are continuously going down, but getting to a point now where they are very cheap, like Dagonoth Bones, very good price there. We have grapes, even though they're a very expensive way to train like your cooking, very much worthwhile using to train cooking if you've got GP. We have magical threads and complete Hydrix, which are going down to prices like where they haven't been for a while. Same with things like Super Prayer Renewals, Severin Bow, Dragon Rider Lance, we've got Quam Incense Sticks very cheap, Robes of the Necromancer, Ascension Keys as well if you're looking to do the pet log and doing the legions. 88k each, compared when people used to pay like 500k for a Primus key, very good price. So yeah, definitely a good week. We've got prices recovering on the price rises side, and then there's a couple of things to keep an eye on in terms of the price falls for deals to buy in the future. Again, a couple more. Bronze Bars, we've got Potato Cactus, we've got Penance Powder, Cannonballs, Congealed Blood. Those could be items in the future, especially with a bonus XP. The Cactus and the Blood would go up. And then Incandescent Energies, I just don't know how low they're going to go. Like at some point, do they have the bounce back or not? Who knows? But slightly longer market watch this week. I have rambled a little bit too long, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you're planning on, what you're investing on, and any content you want me to drop. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon. Next video.